Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, that should be receiving from the Go mic. Alright, we've got audio. Alright, stream is continuing. Closing all other tabs. How's it looking on your end, Sir Kunamet? Man, this is disappointing. It was going so well earlier. Let's see what's going on. Alright. In a little bit, I'm gonna check back and see what you guys are up to. Alright, alrighty. There we go. Let's go to our background color and use that. And then I'm going to fill this in here, like so. Alrighty. We'll color in his lightning bolts there. And now he's got this thing on his head. So how's everybody doing, technical difficulties aside? everybody have a good time in between streams or something? Add a little Enya there. And then I'll just use this color to fill in everything white where it needs to be white. And I'm just gonna take that like that. And fill in here. That's good enough for me at this point. So I'm gonna see if anything's going on in the chat. No, I didn't. I pretty much just slept between streams. It's okay, you're not late. We had some technical difficulties. I'm probably gonna go overtime just a little bit to make up for it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna save this and then export it. So that we can move on. My lack of a proper Enya key is really annoying sometimes. So luckily this one is mostly in silhouette. I'm actually going to paint in the background first. Let's see, this time I don't have tea, I have coffee, but I'm gonna try and make this look like the thing from SAO and more kind of like icy Hearthen. So I'm just gonna make it dark because it's at night, and then I'm gonna take a light mint green and I'm just gonna go in here and well, you know what? Never mind. I am copying the SAO background, kind of. Let's see, we'll go to a yellowish green. And I'm just trying to make it something that'll look interesting after I blur it. So filter, Gaussian blur. Let's blur it out quite a bit so it looks more like street lights in the distance. And now I'm gonna add another layer. I'm gonna go to pen and let's just, let's make that invisible. So I'm gonna go in and just fill that with a darker color. Like so. And then I'm gonna hit protect alpha, and I'm gonna use a really saturated green. Maybe not that thick, something more like that. Then I'm gonna go to a light yellow and a smaller brush, and I'm going to actually hit tab so I can see the whole thing. Now I can hit tab again, zoom out, filter, blur. There we go. Now I'm gonna go up here, take this color, and just throw in some buildings in the back. Gonna turn down my correction here so that I can just focus on putting shapes in places. And then gonna put lights on them, or at least hopefully they'll read as lights. And then we'll blur it out again. Maybe not quite that much. And now for buildings that are going to be a little less blurred out. Now I'm going to use a nice green on either side. And then I can always come back and color correct this later. In case this isn't the color scheme that Fantasysaurus sees for this world. I'm just mostly trying to copy the shot from SAO. I still need to add googly eyes to my computer webcam so that I'm looking at you guys properly. But let's blur this. Just enough that you can't fully tell it's brush strokes. And hopefully this will make some depth of field looking stuff. So yeah, let's see what's going on in chat. Let's see. Cool about the chapter. The thing about them both wearing black is that I can shade them so that they're still sharper than the other buildings and stuff. Speaking of, I'm just going to flatten that background. And actually I'm going to take this green and I'm going to gradient it up. Or maybe I'll gradient it down, I'm not sure which one looks better. I think up looks better. But yeah, we don't even have to have the background at completely full opacity. I'm just going to leave it at that for now though. So now that I get over here, I'm going to turn off the background, and I'm actually just still going to use a very painterly style with this. So if I'm going to pull up Mortem, and I'm not going to focus on giving him too much detail. I might give him, you know that effect where it looks like the eyes are glowing but also kind of not really? I might do that later. But, alright, can you guys... Alright. There we go. Alright, can y'all hear me? I hope you can. Let's just open up my reference here. And yeah, I did, the way I see it, I am better off drawing this thing too big than not big enough. So yeah, it may be a little oversized in this drawing, but I'm trying really hard not to have it be undersized. There we go. Actually, I should probably draw it on another layer just so I can refine the shape properly. Alrighty. Let's set the reference to layer. And then we'll scoot it up like that. There we go. I hope you guys don't mind how much I'm simplifying this. Let's see what's going on in chat and how you guys are going. Alright, we seem to be doing okay. Knock on wood. I don't think I have any real wood around here. I think everything is actually that, well, I guess plywood counts. Then again, it's just superstition, so who cares? Where is my Malekith? Here we go. Thank you, Dino, for the reference. I don't really know what anything is. Or what I'm really supposed to be looking at, so I'm just going to be blocking in colors where I think they make sense. And I guess I consider that to be more of a fault of the graphics, because I have this same problem with video game graphics all the time. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I just don't play enough games. But, I have a really hard time picking out what's supposed to be what, which is part of why I haven't gotten into Monster Hunter yet. I've heard it's a really great game. I just can't see what's going on for some reason. My brain just refuses to process what it's seeing whenever I look at Monster Hunter gameplay. So like I can't tell where the monster ends and the background begins, and I can't tell one hunter apart from another. And I think there's just gotta be something about the way that that the animation is rendered that makes it a royal pain for me to tell what's what. But I don't know, I think I might be unique in having that problem. Alrighty, I think this might be good. I don't know. Can't tell how much of him is supposed to be skin and how much of him is supposed to be metal or leather, because it's all shaded the same. Which, again, is the fault of the developers, not yours. Alright, so I'm just going to take this layer and I'm gonna put it in context. So, but first I'm gonna duplicate it just so that I have a save. Filter, tone curve. let's first edit the RGB curve. Just bring everything down for the most part. There we go. That looks kind of in context. Alright, so now I'm gonna take this really saturated green and I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna try to shade according to my lines that I did earlier. Alright, so there's a forehead, nose, I think, jawline. Let's make my line art here a little more intense. And then, let's see, I believe he has a collar like that. There we go. And then, I have no idea what this mess of line art was supposed to be. But I think we've got a couple of belts here. And then, see, that's the back of a leg, front of a leg, knee, I think, foot, another foot, that is not going to be circled like that, neither is this one. Alright. Now let's see about Mordum. Let's see. We'll outline his nose and his hair and his face. There's his neck. Another strand of hair. And then he's got the rest of his hair flowing out behind him. So that should be pretty blurry. We've got this, and then we've got the handle of his keyblade. So, here we go. And then I'm just gonna make that look like a chain or so. Define these spikes. Okay, so here's the front of one leg. Boot. What's going on in chat? It wouldn't have taken so long if my internet weren't being a pain. This is not too tall an order. This is a perfectly acceptable order. The only thing, like I said, the only thing that's making it take so long is my internet being dumb. So, let's see, we've got some flashes around that. Trying to do as much as I can to keep this composed like the source shot. So I'm just going to put the city in the background for a little bit. Then I'm gonna duplicate this layer. And I'm gonna filter blur it. Okay, and now I'm going to set it to clip, and then I'm going to open up my original layer, and I'm going to shift the hue just a little bit. Not to blue, to yellow. And I'm going to set it to add. And let's bring this back up. Now let's see how it looks. I could definitely use some more definition down here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my airbrush to give them some shadows. Just to ground them some more and kind of keep the definition here. And then I'm going to make this really small, and I'm going to set my angle here. And hopefully this will give it a little more of a texture so that it looks less like it's not there and more like glass or something. And I'm gonna go up, and I'm just gonna try and add some stuff that looks like lights. Not like that. Let's try add, actually. I wonder, can I add something that looks like a light walkway, I guess. if I can't make it look kind of glassy. Alright, let's actually blur it first, and then we'll see what we can do about making it gel with the other stuff. There we go. I do believe this came out looking kind of like embers when I don't have the color jitter and hue jitter all the way up. Then I'm just gonna go up and add more of this, filter, blur again. And yeah, what do you think? If I can switch over. Yeah, technically we're 40 minutes in already, but yeah, again, it was mostly the internet. That was the entire reason this took so long. It wouldn't have taken so long if my internet would just work. So now I'm on to the last one that I had planned for tonight. We've got Jason meeting Boomer. I'm pretty sure I can even knock this out within the time limit, so maybe I can get ahead to sketching some of the other ones that we have that I didn't get, well, you guys will see what I mean later. Just because I really do think that the other one was not being taken seriously enough. So yeah, let's just draw Jason here. It's really hard to find a picture of a dachshund being held out at arm's length. So this pose had to be reconstructed entirely from imagination, and that was fun. I didn't mean that to sound as sarcastic as it did. It really was fun. Boomer looks a little weird though. But again, he'd look less weird if I could find a reference. So let's see. We've got Jason here. Jason doesn't look too bad in this one. But poor Boomer. He does not look like a dachshund should. And I don't know how to fix that. There we go. Yeah, if anybody knows how to make Boomer's face look less like he's gonna eat Jason, let me know. Because I could not find a good enough picture of a dachshund, from the side. I might close his mouth, because then I can just look up dachshund profile. But, I wanted to have him panting with his tongue out because Jason is just trying not to get licked here. By the way, do dogs exist on Hearthen? Just because on one hand it seems like they would, but on the other hand, you never know. Alright, so here's our little Boomer tail wagging. I'm gonna come back to the face later. You hear my neighbors? Nobody, for some reason, people around here don't like mufflers. Guess it doesn't sound manly enough with one. But yeah, I'm gonna look up a dachshund picture. Let me see. Dachshund panting profile. Okay. Google Images is still not my friend in terms of finding what I need to find. Got pictures of dachshunds panting. None of them are close enough to being in profile, though. I guess I can flip this one. Hold on. Let me find it. Whenever I keep forgetting that my tablet doesn't seem to register as normal clicks. So, let's just save image as stock portrait. There we go. So, let's pick up a reference here. There we go. And I'm just gonna flip that. And, yeah, let's see if we can't Boomer look a little bit more like a dachshund. Let's see, so there's a nose, like that. And, yeah, I think if I just make his tongue stick out a little bit more, and then give him some wider eyes. There we go. That looks slightly less horrifying. So yeah, there we go. We fixed the face. Kind of. Not fully, but close enough. So let's actually just give him a little bit of an eyebrow, because dachshunds have those. I'm just gonna check the chat before I move on to coloring. Okay, nothing new. We're still continuing the stream, that's good. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee and then I'm gonna get on to coloring. Alrighty. There we go. Let's view, background color. I'm just gonna go with a neutral gray for now. Then I'm gonna delete my sketch. You know what, since I don't think I actually want to sketch too much more, do you guys think I should put Anne in the background, fangirling about how cute Boomer is? Let me know, because I can totally do that. Alright, so let's just find a nice color for Boomer here. That was the layer, not the canvas. Let's pick a pink there. I think I could actually even stand to make Boomer quite a bit darker. There we go. That's better. And then he's probably got brown eyes because dachshunds tend to have those. And then we'll just color in his little teeth like that. And now we can add the tan markings like this. And let's see, he's got tan paws probably. There we go. Okay, so now we've got a cute little dachshund, and I'm gonna open up another picture of Jason. So that's not it. Here we go. That's better. any eye color there, or at least the whites of his eyes. And then somewhere over here we've got the actual shade of blue that I use for his eyes, even though originally his eyes were darker. Alrighty. So let's skip over here and give Boomer some really cute highlights. Alrighty, what do you guys think? Let's see. I haven't actually finished Full Metal Alchemist 2003. I started watching it. They're actually pretty similar. I think the biggest difference is that 2003 had its ending added before the manga was done. So the ending gets a little weird, is what I've heard. So let's actually... I don't like doing this, but let's merge them down, scoot them over just a little bit. And now we can add Anne geeking out about how cute they are. And yeah, this way we can go just a little bit over and not have to work on the other sketches. Unless you guys want. I think I must have spent, what, 15 minutes trying to figure out the problem here before the internet stopped being so frustrating. So I don't mind going like another 15 minutes over. I mean, that's only if you guys want, 'cause I don't know, I'm starting, well, I'm game for it. It's just, no, there's no just, it's a thought that you guys might like, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling, but yeah, I did see Brotherhood first, which I heard is not the right order to watch Full Metal Alchemist in, but I really liked it. I still need to catch up on 2003, though. Oh, speaking of TV shows I've caught up on, A Series of Unfortunate Events. Who else has seen it? I cannot stand that they left us on a cliffhanger. I guess that's to be expected because, you know, style, but, but if my calculations are correct, there's still like one more book that they have to do, and if that's what they're saving for season 3 is going to be really short. So let's give Anne some blushies here because Boomer's so cute. And then I can delete that layer and see what's going on. Maybe. That could be symbolic, I guess. I'm not sure if you, or maybe you answered this and I'm just not looking far enough back on the chat, but, do they have dogs where Jason's from? I mean, dogs do seem like the kind of thing that would probably be universal, but at the same time, and again, if you already answered it, you don't have to answer it again. I can probably just look back in the chat once this is over. But yeah, I think I'll go over just a little bit, you know, not too much. Just enough to show you guys some of what I might be working on next week. Let's see what to do for the background. I'm kind of feeling just a gradient here. Maybe if I move the gradient back down. What do you guys think? Alright, that makes sense. Thanks for answering. I know it's just a bit of a weird question. There we go. And I'm just going to add the fingerless gloves and coloring. That one hand looks a lot more like a foot. That was not intentional. Alrighty. So, let's see. The Josh versus Mortem one is not going very well, as you can see. I'm pretty sure Josh would not say, "Come at me, bro." But yeah, it's not going very well. I don't think I was really taking it seriously enough when I started it. But I don't see a lot of my characters letting Count Olaf live. I think the only one who might would be the one who turns him into the authorities with irrefutable proof enough to get him the death sentence, which may or may not be the same depending on your philosophical standing. But yeah, that seems like Mortem. Not liking Josh's careless disregard for other people's lives. I'm just going to actually warp Josh's physical form a little bit more. He's already warped, but But yeah, I wasn't really completely sure how to treat this one. Um, because I tried to come up with a sense of how the characters got to the point where they are in the drawing, and I'm not coming up with much here. And also, they should probably be fighting with Keyblades. That would kind of make more sense. Um, but yeah, I will probably. I don't know. I don't know what I'll probably. I could keep up with this sketch, or I could just scrap it and try another one. But for now, I'm probably gonna let you guys go. Yeah, Keyblades would be better. I'm just gonna completely scrap this for now, and I will find something that looks a little bit more like fencing to um, to do this sketch over with. So for now, I'm just gonna say have a good night, and thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you again next week. Bye!